Hey, what is up, you sexy beast? GhostSickness Tristan here, and I'm bringing you guys ghostly advice, and I decided to do it in vlog format, so I'm gonna get right into it. So there's this girl that I've known for a long time, her friend as well. She's kind of a slut and has been with one of my friends before, making him really depressed. That's another story. So she flashed her breast to me. I felt her breast, smacked her ass, and other stuff like that. And my friend has been doing this as well. But she has been saying things about sex and sexual things like blowjobs and such. Should I partake with her in those activities? What will I do? Another short story is that my friend has been dating his girlfriend for more than a year. We were in middle school, and then she promised to have sex with him in the first year of high school. He's a bit nervous, and I'm wondering if she would actually do it. There are some playful and physical things quite often, including things that happened to the girl in the very first story. I don't care if this is a GhostSickness video. Now, I really don't even know what you're asking in this email. You mentioned your friend, you mentioned yourself, you mentioned this girl that you're, kind of interested in, who's, interested in you sexually. And what I would say to you is, dude, you're in middle school. Sex is really not one of those things that you want to get right into, especially being in middle school and this girl having so much sexual, activity and stuff. It's kind of worrisome. You don't want to start middle school with STDs. Now, although it's not very likely, it's still a possibility. And this girl does not sound like someone you should, lose your virginity to or pursue sexually at all, due to the fact that she just sounds really, really weird and slutty and just very, very bad in general, especially with the stuff she's done with her friend. And so what I would say to you, dude, is, yeah, maybe she will have sex with your friend next year, freshman year, I imagine. So, yeah, good luck for him. Don't know what your question really is, but stay away from sluts, especially in middle school. In my opinion, anyway, like, I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly content with, like, losing your virginity to, when you're not married or whatever, because I'm not religious, but it's entirely different than just sleeping with a slut and just getting it over with in middle school. Because it's like, yeah, although I wanted to do that, yeah, that would have been very, very bad. So I'm moving on to the second email, a little bit more serious, a little bit more kind of in-depth, and I have a better answer for. Dear Ghost, I am a normal kid in the 10th grade. Recently I've changed schools, but my girlfriend is still at our school. When I was at the school, there was this really creepy guy in my grade, and he started flirting with her. Before we were together, she had feelings for me and him. We later became boyfriend and girlfriend, and now I'm at this new school. I'm afraid that this guy is going to take her away from me, since I don't see her as much. I still see her and trust her, but I get scared that he might win her over. Anything would help. Your friend, Anonymous. I like that name. It's pretty original. I haven't heard it that often, but it's pretty good. So I'm actually, I'm kind of torn, because I'm like, well, honestly, you should talk to her about it first. Be like, hey, look, I know you had feelings for this guy. I'm not really the jealous type, but I just wanted to make sure that you don't have feelings for him anymore, and or he's not gonna take you away from me, because I really care about you and I want to stay with you. And if he's gonna come in the way of that, I would rather know now instead of later, because you want to avoid all this heartbreak. You want to avoid being in pain and stuff like that. And so when it comes to her, like, first I would go and tell her how you feel about this guy, and then I would, if that doesn't work, if she's like, oh no, there's nothing between us, and like you kind of tell she's may not be truthful about it, and if she's talking about him all the time and you're not even mentioning him, there's your problem. There's your problem, dude. Then you'll know, because she's obviously interested in him, he's always on her mind, whatever. Then step number 2, if step number 1 doesn't work, you should talk to him. Be like, hey dude, so I'm sorry, I'm kind of dating that girl you've been flirting with. I'm sorry about that, bud, but may you please fuck off. That'd be great. And I'm not saying like get in a fist fight with the guy, but tell him what's up. Tell him that you're her boyfriend, and sometimes you have to take this kind of alpha male role, as weird as it may sound. If she's not going to do anything about it, I don't know why she's just perfectly content with flirting with him. Just, oh, it's fine. I'm just going to sit here and he can flirt with me all he wants. And then I'm going to tell my boyfriend that he's doing it. Because I know you said you saw him doing it, but if she, continues just to let him get away with all this shit and stuff like that, and make sure that she still has feelings for him, or she just can't stand up for herself or whatever. So definitely talk to her about it first. Tell her how you feel, and tell her to kind of, that you're worried and that you really like her and care about her. Make it like really corny, so she'll be like, oh my god, he's not jealous, he just cares about me, whatever. So it'll come off as a lot nicer. Now, yeah, and if that doesn't work, talk to the guy, and other than that, man, if that still goes on, which I doubt it will, then I would break it off with her, because then again, it'd probably just end in heartbreak. Either she breaking up with, she cheating on you with him, or she, you know, like, breaking up with you for him, or whatever. So, yeah, and you wanted me to make sure that you still stayed interested in her, or that she still stayed interested in you, but there's really nothing you can do about that. Just keep being yourself, bro. Good job on the girlfriend. I'm going to get on to the last email for today, guys. Very interesting one. I have a lot of strong opinions about it, and I hope you guys can relate, because if you've ever had a crazy girlfriend, here we go. And this one doesn't say she's crazy, but trust me, from experience, this is bad. Hey Tristan, I love your series, and I would love to know your opinion more than your advice. You know, after the situation I'm currently having. So yes, it's about a girl, but it's kind of different in my opinion. He actually has paragraph, he's got stanzas, he's got freaking sentences with periods. Man, this is a first. So if you guys are going to send me emails, please have them grammatically incorrect and not about, hey, so there's this girl, and you know, I've liked her since I was 7.5 years old, and you know, I really want to date her, but dude, I don't know how. I'm scared. What do I do? Man, I have an entire video about that, guys. I have over 200 emails, and like 95% of them are about girls, and 85 out of that 95 is about, so there's this girl, and I've liked her for this long, or you know, she has this friend, or just some stupid shit. Go ask around, watch my video on how to get with your crush, and I'm going to get right into this email, guys. I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a rant, but I'm serious. I've received these emails for far too long, over a year now, man. Ghostly advice, thriving. I'm going to continue. So I've been going on dates with this girl, and every time we see each other, we seem to become closer and closer. We don't want to do things too fast. She's been coming up to me a lot lately because she trusts me. But one thing, she had made me a bit worried and curious. She once had an ex-boyfriend and they dated for over 2 years, but he was one of the ones who was a complete asshole, beating her, raping her twice, calling her names, yelling at her, lying, etc. She had an argument with him once that she cheated on him because she had plans on breaking up with him later that week. But then he started shaping up and she chose her ex-boyfriend over the guy she made out with. Luckily, she dumped her ex after the extra 2 weeks they were together. I know a lot of people are saying once a cheater, always a cheater, but there are always people saying if a boyfriend was abusive, then they deserve to get cheated on, which I also agree with. I agree with both of those sayings. I do really like this girl, and she seems to like me a whole lot since we have a lot in common. However, I would like to know your opinion about this. Should I continue dating this girl? If you were in my shoes, would you drop her and move on? Do you believe this whole once a cheater, always a cheater dilemma, or does it happen to be the situation she was in? Thank you for all your time in reading this. And so, you know, the thing is the problem with your email is that you're hesitating and that you're believing, you know, like, oh my god, she cheated on this one guy. That's the problem. No, the problem is actually her ex itself. You know, if she's always talking about him and if she's always, you know, having this kind of thing, it's showing that it's extremely emotionally difficult for her to deal with. And I cannot blame her at all. I have no idea what that's like. But honestly, I've dated girls who have been through abusive relationships, and that's not the shit I do like, okay, you guys? I hate to say this because I know a lot of people are damaged. I know people have been through some things, but, you know, sometimes the damage is too much, and it's not your job to repair it. You know, once they can get on from that damage and move on and better themselves and act like it never happened, or, you know, live like it never happened, then you'll truly know that she's ready to date again. You know, especially you, because you sound like a great guy. I mean, I'm honestly, I love your email, by the way, bro. But I would move on from this girl. No, not because she cheated on her boyfriend. I mean, that could be part of it. But I'm just saying this is emotional baggage that you do not have to deal with. I've dated crazy girls. I've dated girls who've dealt with emotional problems, and I can't deal with it. And you know, it's not like, oh my god, I can't deal with it. But some things happen that are just a little bit too far. And I'm not going to, you know, reveal anything here. But yeah, it's just not wise to date, you know, people who let their abuse bring them down. And, you know, it's interesting because, right, some people have been abused and they have completely made themselves better people because of it, or in spite of it, or whatever, because they've moved on from the fact, you know, maybe a family member dies or something like that. And, you know, they still remember it, of course. It's still there. It's still traumatizing, but they have, you know, shaped it into this thing where it doesn't just bring them down on a daily basis. It's not an excuse for them to use for not achieving something. And so this is what I believe you should do, bro. She just, you know, the cheating thing, she could have just broken up with him. I know he's kind of a crazy guy, and he's done some shit, and that's really, really bad, and she, you know, could have got other people involved with it, but this is not your situation to deal with. I'm telling you that. If you want to get into a healthy relationship, it needs to be something you guys are both ready for, you both have moved on, you guys both are prepared for each other's, you know, small amount of emotional baggage, and the cheating thing on top of that. So, dude, this girl, it is not going to end out well. I'm extremely sorry. I would advise otherwise. I really hope you guys enjoy this episode of Ghostly Advice. I got a little bit personal with it. I got a little bit in depth about my opinions on some things. But I'm not saying you can't date a girl who's been, you know, beaten or been raped. I'm just saying that it's, you know, if it's soon after it happened and she's still holding on to it, not in a positive way, but she's still holding on to it like negatively, then I don't think she's ready for dating. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to smash that like button for more ghostly advice vlogs. Maybe I'll do some outside. I don't know. Set up my mic equipment and get some things figured out. I think that'd be a great idea. Get a laptop, man. Do some outside videos outside. It's weird out there, man. Have a great day, and remember the fact that I love you.